And that's super simple and super basic because we're playing with very small numbers.
Yeah.
Add a couple zeros behind that.
Yeah. I mean, like,
100,000 offers or whatever, right? And then it just escalates up to a $45,000 month. So this is the power of numbers, but it starts small and it starts with that consistency to build up to that point.
100%, man. Like, I think you had like 2 or 3 days last week that you sold over $2,000 worth of products in a day, right? So
Yeah.
just think about that. And then you're just having to take in that. If you're sending 100 offers a day and you're making $2,000 a day from just maybe even selling one of those products, like if you're talking about that, you're making $60,000 now a month.
Welcome to the Online Entrepreneur Experience podcast that details the ins and outs, the how-tos, and the ups and downs of living a life of an online business owner.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Online Entrepreneur Experience. As always, deuces, Viking, we're ready to drop some bombs today.
I mean, after last week, I think we have to wrap, right? Like, we hit it hard last week.
Yeah, last week's episode was amazing.
And we carried that on also over to our community too. We did a 2-hour special live event inside our community with us dropping bombs on the same tune as last week, but we took it to the next level. And this is kind of a gist of that extra stuff that we did last week or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, because we hit it so hard last week, we just got to raise the bar.
Obviously, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we got to keep giving you guys more and more value, more and more little golden nuggets to help you along the way. So what are we talking about today, Mark?
Well, we're talking about the formula for success. And I think this is something that so many people do wrong and think about wrong, and they want to manipulate it to work for them. Now, there is a very basic formula for success, and then it kind of has like another 3 things that each one of those steps need. And they're just so happen to be the exact same 3 things for each one of them. So it's like, we're going to give you the 9 points of what it means to be successful in online business or business in general, right?
Yeah, totally. And it's not just these 3 points. These are kind of where you want to start and where you want to focus, but there's a whole other scene that happens behind closed doors.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, it gets meta from here, but if you get these basic points like down and you actually make sure that you're hitting these and hitting them hard, you will be successful. And this is where a lot of people go wrong, is because they want to get to those fancy shiny objects and everything like that, and this and that and this and that. And they never actually perfect any of these 3 things, and then they lose the 3 aspects that go with it.
Yeah. And I mean, I've fallen victim to this before as well. You see that brand new shiny object, and I call it the treasure hunter mentality. So you're hunting this treasure and you might not find it at the same rate or speed that you want to. So you're off to the next and off to the next and off to the next. And it's a vicious cycle to fall into. So
yeah, I love that. And that's how come so many people can't get to this formula of success, is because they don't do it. And a lot of it actually turns out to being very boring, very basic. And like, we're going to go over some basic stuff and you may roll your eyes at us, but these are the things that you're probably, if you take a step back from your business, from your life, you're probably missing these things.
yeah, totally. So let's get this going. What's the first step?
Well, it all starts with having a product or service to offer, right? Obviously, you can't have a business if you're not selling anything, right? But like, it goes a little bit past that, right? It's, you shouldn't just have a product or service. You need to solve someone's problem, right? And this is where so many people get it wrong. They just decide that, hey, I want to sell an online course of marketing, and they have no clue what problem they're solving for people. So no one ends up buying it, because people buy things because it answers a question in their life, and usually it solves a problem in their life. And if you can solve problems in people's lives, people will just keep giving you money.
That's huge. I love that. Keep giving you money. So how do we find these problems that people are having, these issues that we need to solve?
So, I mean, like, if you take a step back from it, you deal with problems every single day, right? Like, how many problems, probably, like, just ballpark it, do you deal with in a day?
Oh shit. I can't quantify it. It's just constant, and you have no control over these problems that keep coming into your life. So
100%, right? So like every day you come up with problems, right? So you just have to find one of those problems that you're at least passionate enough about to solve the problem, or you actually have the solution for already, right? So if you talk to people about online business every single day and they have a problem like breaking into the industry, then you create a course on breaking into the industry and doing it successful. What are those little points that you need to hit to set everything up? If you are a marketing agency and you know people and you have the skills to market, copyright, all those kind of things, you go and you talk to people that have problems with that. They may have a great product as well and they do that. Or maybe it's just like, people have back issues and you're like, well, I have this normal cream that I concoct myself in my kitchen all the time and I put it on my back and it solves my back issues. Hey, why not package that up and sell to people? So it's just about like the problems that you're having. You find the solutions for those problems and then you deliver it out there for people, right?
I love that because people definitely resonate more with your struggles, right? So if you can look inwards and find your own problems, chances are other people are having the exact same problem. So let's paint the picture with a magical brush and say, okay, we've got the perfect problem that we are going to solve. How do we come up with the solution? And after we have that solution, what do we do? What do we do from there?
Well, the first thing you need to have is a mission to everything, right? Like if you're trying to solve people's problems, there needs to be some type of mission behind it. And if you don't know what I mean by a mission, what I'm trying to say to you is you need to have kind of purpose behind what you're marketing or what you're about to offer, what you're about to sell to people. There needs to be some type of story behind it because like I said, you're solving somebody's issue. So you need to be able to tell the story of how this is going to sell, how this is going to be the solution for people. And then you also have to have purpose within you. Like, why does this matter to you? Is there some type of backstory? Were you a mechanic and for years and years and years, you just had all these back issues and everything like that? And as soon as you started using this cream, you're able to work more, work longer, have more enjoyment in life, be able to play with your kids. What is it? There has to be some type of mission behind it. Maybe it's like online business. Renee was missing his kids, missing time with his kids and everything like that. In previous episodes, you guys have heard like the changes that he's made in his personal life where he's set up different things where he hugs his kids and he does these other things with his kids so he can spend that time. So if you're solving somebody's issue with like having to work and missing all those special moments with your kids, what is that mission behind it? So that's where it all kind of starts, is having a mission behind it. And then once you have a mission behind it, you have to be disciplined enough to be able to branch off and make the whole product around it and the plan that's going to be around it. Because people so often, they just get like this passion for a second and it's like that instant burst of momentum, instant burst of energy to go into a business or a product or any of those kind of things, and then it goes off pretty quickly afterwards because they have no discipline, because they didn't actually take the time to actually build the plan. And then you have to stay consistent with that product that you do, not change it, not alter it, none of those kind of things. Make the mission, be disciplined with the plan that you've made, and then stay consistent around that product or service that you're doing.
Yeah, so it kind of goes hand in hand with that one podcast we did. Well, it wasn't you and me, it was me and John, where I talk about the tortoise and the hare. The hare is the passion, the quick passion, but then it fizzles away. And it's actually the tortoise that just step after step after step and just continues on in a very methodical, consistent way to win, right?
Yeah, 100%. His mission was to get to the finish line eventually at the best of his speed. The hare's mission on that was just to have some fun and fool around and show how much better he was than everybody else. And because his mission wasn't actually finishing the race, he never finished it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Gotta have that mission, hey?
Yeah. And it's crazy. The results will vary depending on your mission. And the mission is so much so where people miss it. They just get the momentum and then they never look at the mission.
Yeah, it's insane. So we found our problem. We've come up with a solution. We've created our mission. What's next? What's
Well,
our next
now,
step?
now you need to sell that shit, right? Like now it needs to get you some money, right? Because
Yeah.
there is no business unless you have revenue. So the next step would be an offer. And the best offer are irresistible offers. So you have to find some type of way that this is an irresistible offer that people want to purchase. And that is going to, once again, align with your mission. So what is your mission? Like, what is the premise behind this whole business? And that's really going to feed in to that irresistible offer and how your business is going to grow. And if your offer doesn't have a mission on itself and your offer is just very brass tacks, like, this is what my product is, no one's going to purchase it because there's no emotion behind it. It's just like, you have 20 videos, you have 10 PDFs, you have this, you have that, and there's no mission behind it. It's just like, well, that doesn't make me feel good. It's like going to the store and you look at 2 bottles of washer fluid, and one bottle of washer fluid has just it's washer fluid, and the next one has, this washer fluid has never cleaned your windows better, and we did this after tons of testing because we had passion behind not being able to see out of our windows and wasting fluid and wasting money and getting in accidents. We just didn't want you to feel that pain before or again. So that's why we made this special formula to the washer fluid. Which one are you going to purchase?
Well, obviously, I think that's pretty obvious there.
And that is pretty obvious, right? But how many times are you scrolling on social media and you see more of the way that is no mission related, right? Because people can't get emotionally invested and they never took the time to actually create the mission, not just around the solution that they're creating, but also their offer, right?
Yeah, so you're saying that once we have the problem and solution, we present an offer. So we make an ad or make a couple live videos about your product or service to showcase its benefits, right? And to make that offer irresistible, you used a great analogy of washer fluid. So that's one way that we can make it irresistible. I like to look at an irresistible offer as one where they feel stupid not buying it. Right? That to me is the absolute best way that you are going to not just present your offer, but you're going to make it irresistible. And that's when you're going to make sales. But how do we make that irresistible offer without coming across too salesy?
You have to tell a story, right? And it's gonna all be towards that mission. It was just like I was saying, like, it honestly, like, you would be stupid to buy the washer fluid that just said washer fluid and not the one that said the other one, right? And it was all just because there was a couple extra words on it. So you just have to write some good copy that's around it and have a product that makes people feel stupid if they don't buy it for whatever problem they're having. Maybe it's like they don't make enough money, so do you create a course that's around being able to build a business and making it so simple. So then you just have to create the whole story around making something so simple that it would be stupid for them not to invest into it because they're tired of the life that they're living. So it would just be all around whatever that pain, that problem that you're having a solution for. What kind of story can you build around it, and how much value can you portray in that story that they're getting so much more than their actual amount that they're paying? So I mean, like, you see this all the time with like online marketers where they're just like, you get this course and this course and this course and this course, all with this, and this course is worth $1,000, and this course is worth $200, and this course is worth $500, and this course is worth $5,000. And I'm giving it to you for $12. And it's all like the preconceived value of different things. And that's the beauty of the online world, is everything is just preconceived value, right? There's no quantifiable thing around it, but it's just the way that you market it and you present it to people, right?
Yeah, so that's what's called value stacking, right? So you're not just giving one little course and that's it. You stack the value, and that's how you get it so that they feel dumb not buying it. Because I know I've seen those too. I've seen those ads and I've clicked on them, and they offer all this stuff for such a low price that you're like, well, a meal at McDonald's is cheaper or more expensive, than this course. I'm just gonna buy it, right? And you do get a ton of value. Even if you learn just one thing after going through the whole thing, it's worth it. It was $12, right? So again, I'm going to pull out my magical paintbrush We have our solution to the problem. We've created our offer. It's irresistible. What next?
So before we even move on to that next one, because this is also where people get this wrong, right? So they have this offer, right? But then they keep changing the offer and changing the offer and changing the offer and changing the offer because they're not actually sold on the offer themselves, right? So you have to be disciplined enough to actually know what you're offering and put it out there in a way that you think is digestible. So maybe you make like 10 different copies, but you're like, I'm making these 10 different copies, I'm sending them out to the universe, and I want to see which of these 10 different copies are going to come back. And that's called split testing, and that's okay, but you have to stay diligent and disciplined on these are the 10 ones that I'm going to do. And then you have to be disciplined enough to actually look at the data and find the one that's working, and then just double, triple, quadruple down on that and just keep sending that out. And that's where that consistency comes in. You have to send out offers. It's just like that Wayne Gretzky quote, like you miss every shot that you don't take. If you're not sending out offers, then you're not going to make any sales. And this is where I see so many people go wrong with businesses is they're not sending out any offers on days. It's like, how can your business be profitable if you're not offering to sell this stuff to anybody? If you're not even sending one offer a day, like you're doing shit dramatically wrong. Like you should be sending at least 100 offers a day. If you're not sending 100 offers a day, that's the reason why you're not being successful right there. And most people won't buy it. That's fine. You don't need everyone to buy it. So you have a $50 product. Out of that 100 people, say like you need to make $150 a day, you just need 3% of people to say yes. And then you made $150 a day. Boom. Yeah. That's what is that over 30 days? That's $4,500 in revenue per day or per month that you're making.
And that's super simple and super basic because we're playing with very small numbers.
Yeah.
Add a couple zeros behind that.
Yeah, I mean, like
100,000 offers or whatever, right? And then it just escalates up to a $45,000 month. So this is the power of numbers, but it starts small and it starts with that consistency to build up to that point.
100%, man. Like I think you had like 2 or 3 days last week that you sold over $2,000 worth of products in a day, right? So just think about that. And then you're just having to take in that. If you're sending 100 offers a day and you're making $2,000 a day from just maybe even selling one of those products, like if you're talking about that, you're making $60,000 now a month. And I mean, like that's fuck you money right there. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
I wouldn't classify that as fuck you money quite yet, but it's the first step towards that on that ladder to the fuck you money.
Fair enough. Everybody has their own stages of fuck you money, right? I mean, us in BC, if you lived in Texas, that would be fuck you.
Yes.
Money.
Yes, exactly. When you can buy a mansion for $350,000 down in Texas, that same house up here would be 2.5.
Yeah, 3 million, something around there.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the next step is going to be audience, right?
Yeah, that is the number 3. And honestly, those first 2 ones don't matter if you don't have an audience. And that just all goes back to align with making those 100 offers a day. If you have nobody to offer anything to, then no one's going to purchase your stuff. And this is, once again, is people get so focused on the offer and just sending out posts, because posts are really easy, right? Like who can't do a post every single day? And that's like the really, really easy way of going about things, but it's the actual engaging with your audience. That's the hard stuff. So because we mentor so many people, hundreds and hundreds of people, that the most often thing that we see is like people are starting their business and they're making 3-5 posts a day, and they don't even have anybody that they're posting to, but they're just spending all their time making these posts. And it's just like, well, get an audience, man. Like, what are you doing? What is your formula behind getting an audience? And they're like, oh, I have no formula behind that. I'm just making posts and just hoping it comes. And
just please.
Hope is not a mission statement. Just letting you guys know, if you came to any like professional or any successful person, you're like, my whole mission statement is just hope, and they're just like, yeah, please leave.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that method is actually better than playing the lottery because it's not just hope; you're also playing chance. So, however, yes, you do need to build an audience. So it's best to have this mass following, right? It's
Yeah.
best to, but what if we don't have that? What
Well,
are
then
some
you can,
steps that we can do to grow our audience?
for sure. Like, so one of the biggest things is social media is the easiest way, right? Like, it's never been easier to build an audience than today, right? Like,
Yeah.
today's the easiest that you're ever going to find. Well, I mean, maybe in the future it gets even easier. I don't know. It just keeps getting easier to grow an audience every single year, with new social medias that come out, with new, just different technologies, new different things. Like, you're seeing like so many people go viral on TikTok so easily, right? You're seeing so many people go viral on YouTube Shorts and Reels and all this kind of stuff, and their audience just blow up just because they have a mission that what they're going behind. And this is what it is. It's like, I have this product, I have this offer, and this is what it stands for. I need to now get people that are part of this mission with me. Now, who are those people? Where are they located? And that's all part of that mission into building the audience. If you have a product where you're fixing your back, but you're marketing it to a bunch of children, well, the likelihood of you like fixing, like building the right audience is pretty low, right? So you have to also have the mission behind who your audience looks like, and that's called an avatar. We've had other videos on that and everything like that, so you can just go to our channel, search avatar. Renee has some pretty dope videos about the avatar and everything like that. You have to have some type of mission behind that, and then you have to also be disciplined where you're posting and engaging. Like, those are massive things where people won't stay consistent and disciplined with the content that they're doing. So the content has to be disciplined to align with the mission. It has to be consistent, so you're growing every single day. And I'll give an example of Renee and me like challenge each other on some Facebook Reels. We're just like, oh, Facebook Reels is more new out of all the Reels and Shorts and everything like that. So we're just like, we've just been messing around with posting that and seeing who can grow the fastest and everything like that. So one of the things that we've been doing is being very consistent with posting, and it's just crazy to see how quickly our reach has grown and grown and grown. But when we're not consistent, and you can see by like this YouTube channel, I haven't been posting as consistently, we'll have these huge, like big floods of followers and big floods of views and everything like that, and then I'll drop down because I'm not being consistent with it. The biggest thing with posting is not just posting good content that aligns with the values of your business and has the offers that you're having, but it's actually being done consistently on whatever schedule you have for it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that consistency, I don't know if you guys noticed, that's kind of the key word in every aspect of this. Finding your problem, you got to be, and finding your solution, you got to be consistent with that. You got to be consistent with your mission that Mark was talking about. You need to be consistent with presenting your offers and making them irresistible, and then with growing your audience as well. It's all about that discipline and consistency, every day doing the same thing till you get to at least step one of your goal, and then you continue on and being just as consistent with all of your posting, all of your growth within your business that you've created. So once we have our audience, what's the easiest way to monetize?
The easiest way to monetize is having an offer. If you have an offer and you have some type of link to it, either that you post on your post or post on your actual profile and everything like that, that's by far the easiest way. Now, it all depends on what kind of offer that you're having. I mean, Renee and me were talking about this new course that we're going to be launching. It's going to be $7, and it's going to like basically give you the entry level to how to start a business and how to be successful in online business, in any online business. Because the formula to success, this works for every single one, guys. Like, this is legitimately the 3 steps that you just need to, if you master these things, you're going to be successful. So we were talking about a $7 offer. So if you're having a $7 offer, you're not going to want to put any time into that. That's just too inexpensive. It's just not worth your time to actually do that. But if you have some high ticket offers, like some of the stuff that we offer that is like $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, you're going to want to put some time into those people. You can't just be like, go to this landing page and purchase. So it really all depends on the product and everything like that. But you just have to curate, really curate the product that you're marketing around what makes the most sense, right?
Totally. Because if you are, let's say your offer is that back cream, you're not going to be offering that, like you said, to children, but you're not going to be offering that to people who are looking to make money online.
No.
Right. You need to have that audience. You need to be consistent with all of that, and making sure that your offer is as irresistible as possible. Right. Like a $7 course. Okay. So the common theme being consistency, it kind of seems like a very simple formula to get that success with a business that is based on online, as well as focusing on social media to grow your audience so you can send out that offer. But if it is so simple, why are most people not doing it?
Well, it's just like everything, right? Like, why is the world obese? The world's obese because it's like everything's delicious around us. And instead of eating healthy, which is super simple, like you can easily buy some vegetables, eat vegetables, and lower your calorie intake instead of just like throwing all the microwavable food in the microwave and eating all that. Just, you know, change that, alter it to lower calorie intake. And the reason being is because it doesn't feel as good, right? Like it doesn't make you feel super good. It makes you feel, you know, maybe empty inside, maybe not as fulfilled because your mission is off. So like most people do it is because it's not bright and shiny. It's boring and dull, but makes you money. And most people would rather chase the bright and shiny and feel good than be good and do the boring stuff.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. So the goal here is to create your mission, find your problem, get a solution, make your offer, make it irresistible, grow your audience, and be consistent across the board with all of those, and bing, bang, boom, success, right? Just like that.
Just like that, man. And it won't come faster than that. If you do that and you do that off the get-go and you're actually diligent with that, it is. It's just big, bang, boom. But the problem is people will watch TV or get distracted or do things that aren't aligned with their post or be really inconsistent or have no mission and not spend the time that you need to in each one of those steps. And then they'll be like, oh, why isn't this working? It's like, well, there's a formula to success. Very simple. We just laid it out in 25, 30 minutes here, but you're refusing to go about it, right? I mean, it's just like there was a girl that was on our training that we were doing last week, and she's like, oh yeah, it took me like a year with my e-commerce business, but I just kept plugging away and doing these things, and I got more success. Now that I got this knowledge that you guys gave me, now I've been able to increase my revenue and do better because of it. So it's just about staying that consistent and knowing what your mission really is about it, right?
Yeah, it's huge, man. It's huge. And like I said, simple doesn't mean easy. It's just like eating healthy. It's not easy. It's not easy only because we do get distracted. We do want that feel good when we are eating the shit food, the microwave food, the highly processed food. It feels good. It tastes good, and it's way too convenient.
100%. It's just like going to work every day. That's super easy to do, right? You may not want to do it. It may not taste good, may not feel good, but it's super easy just to show up to work and collect a paycheck. Super fucking easy. But the problem is that is not aligned anything with your goal, your goals, your mission, and everything like that. But people choose that because it's easy. It's not simple, but it's easy.
Yeah, so it all starts with the mission. You got to have some sort of plan, some sort of mission, some sort of desired outcome. Because if your desired outcome is to make somebody else rich and spend all your days being a W-2 employee, you're on the right track. You're on the right track to hopefully there's enough retirement fund left from the government that you can collect your $600 a month or $1,200 a month, whatever it is where you're living. If that's your desired outcome, beautiful. You're on the right track.
How dare you say that? I don't want that, Renee. I don't want that. Like, how many people say that though, right? Like, I'm sure there's people listening to this right now, and they're just like, oh, no, that's not how it is. I'm working really hard in a different direction. I'm going to get a different outcome. No, 1 and 1 means 2 every single time, right? Like 1 and 1 will always equal 2, but people want to change the math that fits their life, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you got to be realistic with yourself, create that mission, follow these steps, and you will get that success.
I love it. I love it. I think this has been 2 back-to-back amazing episodes. You guys let us know. And if there is something that maybe you're missing in your business or your life, or you don't even know how to figure out what your mission is, let us know in the comment section. Renee, like he put out a shout out for people to give them his goals for November in the comment section. Boom, Renee answered them all. So if you guys want help, we're offering free help. We just need you to comment.
Yeah. The only transaction that needs to happen here to get our help is you just got to put it in the comments. That's it. Nice, cheap, easy. That's even cheaper than $7. Oh, I love it. Okay. Well, I think we've kind of covered all the basic steps to becoming successful online. Any last little nuggets before we let these wonderful people go for the day?
No, just figure out what your mission is, guys. Like, start it off. Like, why do you want to do anything? Like, if you want to work your W-2 until the end of your days, like, go ahead. Like, all the power to you. And we're not hating on you. That was just not the life that we were made for. We were made for bigger and better things. But if that's what you were made for, power to you. We're happy for you. But if you were made for something different, just like we were, just put in this work and it will happen for you. But you just have to have a mission, be disciplined, and be consistent with it and follow those 3 steps.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. And again, guys, if you need any help with this, get in those comments. I will personally message you and we can start that conversation.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Much love. Talk soon.
See you guys.
Thanks for tuning into the Online Entrepreneur Experience. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes that we're releasing and any of these amazing pieces of value that we're giving out. And if you could take the time out of your day and leave us a review, we would be so grateful. We look forward to seeing you on that next episode.